Okay, so another day in more Chris and Queen drama. I mean, it's pretty irritating to me because I don't follow Chris, I don't follow Queen, but anytime I go on Instagram, there's a different blog posting something about them going back and forth with one another. Like, it's irritating because I'm like, dude, I don't even follow them. Why do I keep seeing this crap? It's annoying at this point. So Chris decided to go on live and spill the tea that Queen didn't only cheat on him with Clarence, she also cheated back when they were in Detroit. Now, a lot of people always jump down Chris' throat anytime he talks about Queen, but whenever Queen talks about Chris, it's, oh, she's just telling her side. Well, what if he just telling his side? But whether or not it's Chris telling his side, Queen telling her side, at this point, I'm tired of both of them speaking on the situation because they both were wrong. They both cheated on each other. Chris cheated on Queen. Queen ain't no better than Chris because Queen also cheated on Chris. She cheated on him in Detroit, and people are saying that she confessed this in their song, Came to This, that was in their, I believe it was the intro. That's the only thing that truly irritates me about Queen because when she does talk about situations, she never has accountability. She never says, look, you guys, I was wrong. I did X, Y, and Z, but he was wrong because this is what he did. She always just only paints him as the bad guy, which I'm not saying that he's the good guy because he did do some foul things, but she's not innocent in this either. But anyways, I'm going to play the clip of him saying that, you know, she cheated with this guy back in Detroit, and I'm going to finish talking to you guys about what I think about the situation. Here goes Chris talking about it.
Hold on, let me see what she say. Hold on, what she say?
He said,
Hold on. So I go on the shade room and I see some stupid stuff on the shade room. She said I want to continue to go without confirmation. It would be better just to not mention me at all. Right. And I want all my supporters to know that our relationship was over before people knew it. I was being cheated on even back during the miscarriage, but nobody knew that though. So let's please stop bringing up the past. So my ex just decided to respond to a comment that I said under RTR Shade, like a fake. I was basically just being funny because I guess RTR Shade posted something with Queen saying, she was about to say Clarence name, and which was funny, you know what I'm saying? I thought it was just funny. So I knew she was cheating with some laughing emojis. Like, come on now, you knew I was playing, and now she's bringing up stuff like, oh, you was cheating back then, and not. Well, little do everybody know, bro. Like, I'm gonna just put it out there, like, bro, like, she cheated too. Like, come on now, stop blaming victim. Nigga, you cheated too when we was back in Detroit and when we was in Houston. Like, come on now, stop. In Detroit, bro, she left. Nigga, we was married. She walked out on the marriage and went to talk to somebody else. And nigga, her mom's car got shot up because of that. Because she was talking to this dude who was selling drugs and all type of stuff. So please not go there, bro. I was trying to be the nice guy. I wasn't even, you know what I'm saying? I was just playing like everybody else do. And she wanted to go there and talk about he was cheating. Like, how you gonna say don't bring up the past, but then you just brought up the past? Don't make sense at all, bro. But like I said, like, chill. Like, y'all, I ain't never say nothing about it because I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't want people to bash her or whatnot. But now she's trying to make me seem like this horrible guy on social media. And I'm not, bruh. So stop bringing up that junk. Like, this junk is old. Like, I'm playing around. Like, you know what I'm saying? Don't bring up that. That's old. But anyways, I done moved on. I'm happy with my life. I'm very, very happy. I'm happy I'm out of that toxic relationship, to be honest, that I didn't want to be in. To be honest, I was just in because of stupid reasons, but never be with nobody because of social media. All these YouTube couples, never be with nobody because of social media. Never be with nobody because you just getting paid. Never be with nobody because, bro, it's so much stuff I can be saying right now, but just don't never be with nobody because social media and because of fake goals, my nigga. Don't do that.
Okay, so as you can see, he was reading some tweets that Queen had posted, and Queen had posted on her Twitter where she was talking about how she was tired of, you know, him speaking on her and how she didn't want him to be speaking on her. Matter of fact, let me just read exactly what she said, and then I'm gonna go from there. So in her tweet, she said, I'm happy now, and I've moved on. There should be no reason why my name or anything involving me keeps being brought up in videos, tweets, titles, etc. to make me look like something I am not. Well, Queen, if you're going to say that you shouldn't be brought up, when you go on performances, you shouldn't take cheap shots. You should let your song speak for itself. You know, Queen recently went on her concert and she was like, this song is about a dirty dog. And that's taking a cheap shot at him. Why are you bringing that up? Just sing the song. The song speaks for itself. Neither one of y'all are innocent. You take shots, he takes shots, period. But let me finish reading what she has to say. She says, and I want all my true supporters to know that our relationship was over before people even knew it. I was being cheated on even back during my miscarriage, but nobody knew that though. So let's please not start bringing up past, because I have a lot of things I have kept to myself. And this is the part that he was reading in his live video. She says, I want to continue to go on without confrontation. It will be better just to not mention each other at all, which I agree. It would be better that you guys stop mentioning each other because you both claim to move on. But Queen, why you post that you want to continue to go on and not mention each other, then turn around and do a whole video mentioning him? I mean, it's done. You cheated. He cheated. Y'all both was wrong. Y'all was married. He cheated on you. Didn't mean that it was okay for you to cheat on him, and you cheat. Like it wasn't okay on either parts. Two wrongs don't make a right. He wasn't right. You wasn't right. Y'all both was wrong. You sit here and you play the victim. Like he says, you do play the victim. And that's one of the most irritating things about Queen. She's a talented artist. She sings well, but she has zero accountability. I have yet to see her take accountability in anything. She always says, well, it was over before you guys knew. And she tries to cover up the fact that, you know, although in the eyes of the public, maybe they weren't on the best of terms, they still were quote unquote married. So it doesn't make it right. I think that in one of the clips that I seen on All Tea All Shade, she was saying something to the fact of it was too expensive for a divorce or something. I didn't even watch the whole clip, but I mean, to naive fans who don't know anything about the legal system, they're gonna obviously take her word for it and say, well, it's not her fault that she didn't have the money. First of all, in situations where you do not have the money to pay for a divorce, there is a thing called a fee waiver. I went through a custody battle, and when I didn't have the money to pay for the fees that are included in going to court, if you do not have the money, the court will waiver those fees. So there's no excuse. I'm tired of the lies. I'm tired of it. I'm sick and tired of it. Queen, you was wrong. You was still married. He was wrong. He was still married. Y'all was both wrong. Move on. End of story. Period. And I know people are going to be like, why you worried about their business? Why you care? Why you want to make a video? Because it's bigger than them. It's bigger than just them. It's little girls. It's little boys following these footsteps. That's why I care. I don't care about their issues truly. I just care about the little kids who look up to these issues and think that this behavior is okay, because it's not okay. But anyways, let me finish filling you guys in on what is going on since I have decided to make a video about it. I might as well tell you guys everything, and I'm going to speak on everything. And like I said, I care more about the kids who follow into these footsteps and think that this is okay. But without further ado, let me just finish filling you guys in on what was going on. After, you know, her saying that she was gonna not mention him, but then she did a whole video mentioning him, whatever. Anyways, so she also said, and everyone needs to shut the hell up about Clarence defending me. I'm his girl. If he wants to defend me, he has every right. He's not a stranger to me. I mean, I agree. He's not a stranger to you, and you are his girl, but situations involving you and your baby daddy have nothing to do with him. Everything that happens between you and Chris does not warrant a response from Clarence. You're a big girl. You were in the relationship. You carried on the relationship. And a lot of people, they try to have sympathy like, oh, he was such a horrible person. He cheated on her left and right. She accepted that cheating. She stayed in the relationship. Nobody put a gun to her head. She did not have to stay with him just for the sake of a child. So all of the sympathy that, you know, people have and all the hate that they have, she has accountability in this as well. It's her story. She could tell it how she tells it. But a person like me would appreciate somebody who is more real in their accountability and their explanation on their faults as well as the other person's faults. I hate to see somebody always just only place them. It was them. No, it was you this time. And then it was him this time. And then it was you this time. And then it was him this time. Like, she has no accountability whatsoever. She's making it seem like it's okay to stay in a relationship and be cheated on just because of what? That's not goes to me at all. Like, talk to the youth, give them a message, give them a lesson, teach them something through your experience. Tell them where you went wrong, why you should have got out sooner, why they should not go through this, why this is unacceptable. Take some accountability in your actions some way, somehow. I would really appreciate if she's going to have these videos and she's going to explain her side, that she actually teaches young girls not to follow in her footsteps. I never, ever see her doing it. And mind you, I'm not about to sit and watch this whole "did I cheat on my ex in Detroit" video, but I did see a clip that was posted on All Tea All Shade. And with that 1 minute clip, I couldn't even sit through it because it just was dragged. It just seemed like it was no accountability, and I didn't have time for it. If y'all sat through it, hopefully she gave a message, but I highly doubt it because I've never, ever seen her take accountability or have a straight up one-on-one conversation with the youth and let them know, like, look, I stayed in this situation, but this is not something that I want you to do. I would respect her so much more if she told them that what she did was not okay. But yet she plays the victim and her audience looks up to it and they make excuses and they're like, poor her, poor queen, poor this. And they look up to it and they think that it's okay. And they think that, you know, she was just trying to make her marriage work. And, you know, instead of looking at it like, yo, she went through it. She's letting me know that I shouldn't go through it so that I know better to not follow in her footsteps. And mind you, yes, it's the parent's job to parent the child, but these kids look up to these YouTubers as idols and they are influenced by the things that they do. But anyways, let me finish filling you guys in on what Clarence had to say when he decided to hop in and defend his girl on a situation that has nothing to do with him, because issues between Queen and Chris are issues that they can resolve themselves. They were in the relationship. Clarence was not. But let me read to you what he had to say. He posted, "Get your money, but please stop using me and my family name to do so. Be yourself. Make shit about you." Clarence, how about you make shit about you? Stop using Queen to make money. How about that? Like, y'all both use Queen to make money. He used Queen name to make money, and you used Queen's name to make money. I would like it if you had put up content that had to do with Clarence. If you're going to tell him to stop using her name, you stop using her name too. And I understand that you guys are family, you are expecting, but I mean, you can have your own individuality within a relationship. It's actually very healthy to have individuality. Everything in a relationship, you know, you have to have some time apart. And that's how situations become toxic, because you don't allow yourself time to miss each other. You don't allow yourself time to, you know, work on what you got going on, her work on what she got going on. So your situation will end up the same way that it ended up with Chris if you continue to not separate the relationship with your individual self. So if you want to give him advice and tell him to stop using her name, how about you stop using her name on everything also? How about get a modeling gig? How about do something with your clothing line? How about just something? Like, your ear. And it's little kids who look up to this, and they look up to Clarence. They look up to Queen. They look up to these situations as goals, and they are not goals. They look up to Queen and they uphold her. She was cheated on. We feel sorry for her. We feel so bad for her. And honestly, it's not a good thing to be cheated on. It's not a good feeling. But at the same time, she has to have accountability, and she never has accountability ever. 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 I just had to come and do that video real quick. I know all the queen little minions are going to be down in the comment section talking they shit, but clearly you know nothing about life. I'm really sick of this. It's really tiring. It's really irritating because I don't follow either one of them, and I keep seeing all of this stuff keep popping up, and it's little kids who are following this. And like I just posted in my other video where Kevin Hart did his speech to Drake, and he was talking about we have to be an example because the little younger audience is looking up to us. That is a fact. The younger audience is looking up to Chris, and they're looking up to Queen. They're looking up to Queen and Clarence, and they're looking at this situation as goals, and it is not goals. They're not upholding Queen in her wrongdoing. Everybody is only slamming Chris, and they both were wrong. Chris was foul. He was out of line. She was foul, and she was out of line. Neither one of them was right in the situation. And little kids are looking up to this and thinking that this is cool. Like, it's cool to be married and then end your marriage and not even 2 months later get involved with another guy, lie to your audience, claim you just met him when y'all been fooling around, get pregnant immediately. These things are not goals. And am I perfect? No. Did I have a baby out of wedlock? Yes. But I learned from my situation. But I also did not broadcast my situation on the internet as if it was a goal for a young person to follow. It's not goals. It is not something I don't want a young person to follow in my footsteps, and I don't think that it's cool for them to broadcast their situation as goals for young women to follow in their footsteps. It's not cool. I'm going to end this video on this note with the message that my mom always gave me. She always embedded in my head, don't be like me, be better than me. Do better than me. I want you to be a better version of me. I wish deep down inside, somewhere, somehow, Queen would have that kind of sentiment with her audience where she lets them know, I'm not perfect. I don't make perfect choices. My situation with my husband ending and now this new situation, it's not something that, you know, God would look upon as the right thing to do, because she likes to use God in everything. God is not looking down and saying this is something good. I wish that she would say, listen, I'm not perfect. This is my life. However, this is how I'm living it. You do better than me. You make better choices than me, instead of acting like what she's doing is something for kids to aspire to. Because whether she tells people to aspire to what she's doing or not, she glorifies what she's doing in her videos and in her actions. I'm going to leave this video on that note. And to the minions who say, well, if you don't like Queen, why are you making a video about her? Why are you saying this about her? Because it's deeper than just a video about Queen. It's about the little girls and little boys who are following in these footsteps. And if I have a platform, I want to be able to use my platform to let the kids know that this is not something to aspire to be. She's not perfect. I'm not perfect in no means. And me saying how I feel about her situation is not me trying to paint the picture of me being perfect. I'm just letting you know that it's not okay to glorify these things for kids to follow these things. And that's the reason why I decided to make a video, because these are not goals, period. And I'm going to leave it on that note. All right, guys. Peace.